Hey, greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Awesome Sean here. Welcome to the extra part of the Pokemon Fire Red playthrough. We already beaten the game. We're pretty much going through the extra stuff right now. This stuff is completely optional, so you don't have to do it unless you want to do it. Now, once you've beaten the game, you'll find yourself back in your hometown, but there's no time to relax. Professor Oak will approach you, which I didn't show off. He'll immediately analyze your Pokedex if you own at least 60 Pokemon, which I had to go back and do. He'll lead you to inside his lab where we are now and tell you there have been sightings of totally new Pokemon species, and your rival will then join you. Professor Oak will then take both of your Dexes and upgrade them into the National Pokédex, which will allow you to register even more kinds of Pokemon. Time to head back to the several islands and your quest to become the greatest trainer of them all. And this is, once again, this is all optional, so you don't have to do it unless you want to. But me being egged on by, the co-host with the most, he wanted to see me do this for some sick reason. I really didn't want to do it because by the time I finished the whole playthrough part or whatnot, I was completely drained at the time of this recording anyway. Let me go ahead and just adjust this once again, but I'm talking about my microphone. You know, this thing constantly falls off my face. Anyway, once you depart from Vermilion City, you want to head back to one island, talk to CeeLo, Bill's friend, on one island. He'll ask you to help him find a gym which will make his Pokemon training machine work. So the first gym that we have to look for is the Ruby, and the Ruby is at Mount Ember, but you might want to check on some things before continuing this quest. And I'll go into that as, once he finished talking and whatnot, explaining to us what's going on. But basically, folks, how are you doing? I'm doing fantastic, if not a little tired, but we all go through the motions every now and then. I know it's been a little slow with uploading and stuff itself. I do want to apologize for that. I've been getting kind of lazy when it comes to trying to push out this stuff for you once again, and I do want to apologize for that. Stuff happens in life, and we all got to take our chance to relax a little bit. So, this confirms that I have not given up on doing this. Hopefully I'll be around for a long time to continue to provide you folks with all that entertainment and jazz and whatnot. But, it's whatever's going on is whatever's going on. But anyway, let me go ahead and talk about the optional matters that's going to be going on here. Now that you have defeated the Elite Four, some things have changed within these islands. The two island market will update, containing even more inventory. So go check it out if you want to. There's an island that changed. Three island changed somewhat. As you leave the ferry, you'll find yourself in the port. Enter the cave. You'll discover a man inside with golden nugget. Those nuggets itself are kind of valuable and whatnot. But right now we're heading inside of towards Mount Ember. This time, confronting the two Team Rocket members. You'll find them talking to each other, giving secret passwords, which we just saw. Standing in front of the new evacuated cave entrance. Battle to both of them, and they'll leave after being defeated. Go inside the cave, but remember to bring a Pokemon who knows the move's strength, so we don't have to worry about that here on our side. Yeah, inside this area is like one main floor, and like 6 bottom floors underneath it. But anyway, the first floor is self-explanatory. Just head north on the stairs. There's not any new Pokemon here just of yet. There's a new Pokemon to catch within this room, which is a Slugma. If you pertaining to if you want to catch it. There's about a 30% chance encounter rate of catching it. Slugma does not seem much at first, being a fire Pokemon with really bad stats. Once it evolves into Magikarp at level 38, it'll become a fire rock Pokemon, which is pretty much an unusual combination. Once evolved, its defense is heavily increased, along with its special status. Its moveset supports its nature quite well, which is Flamethrower and Rock Slide being its strongest move. Unfortunately, its HP, attack, and speed are quite low, making Magikarp a unbalanced, thus a gamble to include into your team. So it's kind of optional if you want to or not. But within, we're just doing all this to retrieve the ruby, so we can give it to the professor upon dealing with that. But we got a whole bunch of obstacles and stuff within the way of stopping that. But anyway, as I stated before, this stuff is completely optional. You don't have to do this stuff unless you want to. It's completely up to you. You could have ended the game how I ended it last part and just be done with it and head into your next Pokemon adventure if you chose to do so. I'm not quite sure which Pokemon game I want to do as far as the versions go when it comes to doing Gold and Silver. Gold and Silver are the next games that we are gonna come across within the adventure itself. With Pokemon Gold, there's two versions with it when it comes to the second gen. There's the original and the remake. So I might go ahead and just go with the remake since it has more to offer. I'll see how the recording process with that goes, but you know, I'm not going to be recording that for quite some time because I have other stuff on the list to do. Yeah, within this, when you locate the ruby as CeeLo requested, those words that we read, well, has meaning. The Braille message says everything has meaning. Existence has meaning. Being alive has meaning. Have dreams. Use power. Yeah, that's it's kind of foreboding there. I don't really know what that means there, but so after you leave my Ember with the aid of the escape rope, like I just did, you want to go back to CeeLo, if I'm saying that right, and hand him the ruby. Now he wants you to go on another mission and seek the sapphire, the twin gem of the one you just delivered. So we got to go back to him for him to pretty much just give us another mission of what we need to do in order for, you know, him to make this mission succeed. With Ruby didn't being, you know, not that hard to capture in the first place, but the rest of the, we're gonna have a issue when it comes to obtaining Sapphire, and you'll see what I mean as we deliver this to him, so he can go ahead and analyze it and put it in his machine and do whatever he need to do in order to take care of business. But with this being delivered, he's gonna hand us a Rainbow Pass, which are gonna give us access to the rest of the islands. So we'll be able to explore the rest of the islands if need to be. Yeah, he's telling us about the Sapphire right now. So what we need to do is we'll be able to go to the next map, which is Unexpected Territory, which is the 4th island. So we'll be able to go there in order to, you know, do whatever we needed to do when it comes to that. So yeah, we're gonna be going on a mission to the 4 islands, see what that contains and all that. But just to let you know, the 4th island is home to Lorelei, if I'm saying that right. She was the first Elite Four member that we've taken care of. So yeah, it seems that she's back home, but she's nowhere to be found. So we have to look for her to see what's going on, and I'll talk about that more as we get there. So I don't want to spoil too much because we're not there yet. So you know, but our arrival here is talking junk as usual, talking smack. But you know what? Whatever happens, happens. So yep, we're within the fourth island now, and within this island is a daycare center, so feel free to, you know, go into that as, you know, see fit or leisure. Let's see, this town has a couple of new Pokemon, which is a Wooper, and a Marill. But a Marill, the Marill is exclusive to Leaf Green, as a Wooper is exclusive to the Fire Red. And Wooper has the chance to evolve into a Quagsire at level 20, and its stats are quite balanced, only lacking speed. Unfortunately, while its attack is pretty good, which is good news for its ground type moves, its special attack is nothing to get excited about. So it remains that outclassed by Pokemon such as Blastoise or Lapras. But welcome to Icefall Cave, which is a mystery to get around. Yeah, you'll have to surf across water to go deeper, you know, and knowing the waterfall and whatnot for now. Um, let's see here. Let's see if there's any new Pokemon within this. Yes, there are a couple of new Pokemon within this, and I'm just about to go over that in just a second, just for you to get a bearing of what new Pokemon are here and what, you know, Pokemon are not. So if it's worth your time or not. So let me just go over the first Pokemon here. And forgive me if I butcher these Pokemon names, but the first one is Swinble. It's a pig Pokemon. The pig Pokemon. It's a ground ice Pokemon that has a pitiful status, but once it evolves into Piloswine at level 33, he will gain a good boost to his HP, attack, and defense status. His learn set contains no ground moves, but eventually learn Powder Snow, Takedown, and even Blizzard. It's capable of learning some good TMs, but unfortunately, Piloswine may as well serve as a thick wall and can attack well if you teach it some ground TMs. Special attack is not too great, so if it will not work in the ice department as well as Lapras or Cloyster. That's kind of effed up, but whatever. The next Pokemon to encounter is a Delibird, which is exclusive to this version. It's quite strange. The only move that it knows is Present, which attacks with random power, so it even has the chance. It has the chance to heal your opponent. So Delibird is quite able to learn some good TMs to supplement its pitiful moveset, such as Ice Beam or Fly. However, its stats are lackluster at best, so it will probably not replace your Flying or Ice member in your team anytime soon, since it's kind of, you know, pathetic. I'm still pretty much, you know, not showing battles of Pokemon I've already encountered. That Delibird has a counter rate. Let me see what the counter rate. Oh man, it's pitiful. It's only 5%. The Swinble or whatever the pig Pokemon I was talking about is 50% chance of encounter. There's an exclusive Pokemon that you can encounter too, while we're pretty much just you know, battling these Team Rocket thugs. Is Snizzle? Is I'm saying that right? Snizzle. I told you I'm butchering these names. Anyway, this Team Rocket, he was telling us about you know, where to pretty much find the stolen Pokemon at the Rocket Warehouse in 5 Island. But he said he doubts that we'll be able to get around there. So you can stay if you wish. Lapras could be caught in the wild here. If you didn't get a chance to, you know, get the one that's been at Sifco, this is a perfect chance to start. With its levels being around 30 to 45. Give me just a moment here, folks. Yeah, the Sneasel, whatever, is exclusive to Leaf Green. It is the Dark Ice Pokemon that is particularly speedy. I would rather have this Pokemon than the pitiful Delibird, but whatever. It looks pretty cool too. It knows Slash, Faint Attack, Ice Wind, which is great. Let's see. Yeah, it's pitiful as well, but at least it looks cooler than Delibird. But yeah, we're on to the next island here, which is gonna be the 5 island. Excuse me, it's gonna be pretty much we have to pretty much hit the 6th island before we can make it to the 5th island, because there's a bunch of goodies and stuff to get there on our way to, you know, said island. But the town of the 6th island is quite small itself, offering little in the way of excitement. The entire zone is very large though, and it will take some time to explore if you want to do something. Your mission here is to find the second password for the Rocket Warehouse, which will be on the 5th island. There are 5 main sections of the 6th island if you're interested in, you know, exploring all of it. So there's the water path that you can explore if you so wish to, and there's also a whole bunch of new Pokemon to encounter here as well. And there's a whole bunch of trainers. You can't forget about the trainers, folks. Basically, I'm showing off trainer battles that's showing off new Pokemon such as Sudowoodo. I like saying that, Sudowoodo. Sudowoodo is a weird Pokemon. It's like a fighting Pokemon or whatnot, but Sudowoodo is just weird. He is available within the 2nd game, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, whole new Pokemon to see, indeed. But as I'm stated before, I'm just showing off trainer battles that we have not come across yet. So getting those out of the way while we continue to pretty much figure out what the second password is in order to get into said island. As I stated before, this is all optional. I stated this multiple times actually. This is all optional, so if you want to do it, go ahead to do it. You'll be perceived with greater rewards instead, but if you don't, you know, you don't have to. It's just I love like post-game stuff within video games. You don't have to do it unless you want to. I kind of would consider the Ape Escape series to kind of branch off to that part as well, because you know, you could be satisfied with the little, because it has 2 endings, so you could be satisfied with the first ending you get with beating the game, you know, but it doesn't, you're gonna wonder what happened, so it's best to catch the remaining monkeys that's there and beat the game. But this isn't Ape Escape, this is Pokemon. We're going through all the, you know, adventures of said Pokemon with new Pokemon within the way. I'm just gonna go over the names of the new Pokemon that we can encounter. With one being an Sentret. It's a normal Pokemon. It looks like a raccoon. Quailfish is one. I'll probably go over more of what their abilities are within the next part. You also got Natu. Yeah, if I'm saying that right, Yanma. I am butchering these names. And I think that's it when it comes to. Oh no, there's a Spinarak, the spider-looking one. Heracross, which would be a good Pokemon to have on your team, actually. Just speaking from experience here, I think it is a pretty good Pokemon. Let me see here. Let me read up a little bit on Heracross. Heracross is the last of the 3 new Pokemon available. It is the best of them. It is the best of them by a long shot. I knew it. It's a bug fighting Pokemon, an unusual combination that works quite well. But Pokemon are not usually, you know, being cursed with pitiful status. That's not the case for Heracross. Heracross is easily the strongest bug Pokemon in the game and one of the best fighting as well. If you're looking for a heavy hitter, look no further than Heracross. I'm sorry that I kind of, you know, destroy your ears with that bad impression of Heracross. But anyway, we're coming close to the end of the part here. So the next part, we're going to go ahead and finish up our post-game status. and we'll be encountering another legendary Pokemon that I was telling you about. You folks will pretty much have played the game, will know what it is, but you know, for those who haven't, be in for a treat. So until next time, folks, stay easy.